Hey everybody, this is Stacie from the Key to Soul Awakening. What I'm going to be doing is a live with one of my Instagram followers who won a contest. So I'm going to get on with her shortly to do the live with her, and then I'm going to pop over here to YouTube. Um, Oh, she's just telling me that she can't do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on here where I do some lives with other people on Instagram, and I'm doing Instagram and YouTube at the same time. So I'm going to pop back and forth. So what I would like everyone to do is I'm going to end up on YouTube though. So I'm going to be on Instagram for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to, if you're on YouTube right now, what I want you to do is pop your question in the chat box and put your date of birth, and I'm going to come right over and answer your questions. And if you have questions about anything that I'm saying, go ahead and put your questions in. So I have an Instagram live reading to do, and then I'm going to do it at the same time as on YouTube. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, and I'm going to be on YouTube in 15 minutes without Instagram. So just stick around, put your questions in, make sure you hit that like button, and let's do this. It's the first time I'm doing both of them once. So let's see how this happens. I get this person won a contest, and I want to make sure that she gets her contest reading, and I think it'd be fun for you guys to see that too. So if you have a question for me over here on YouTube, go ahead and put it in the chat box and your date of birth, and then I'll be able to answer the questions for you while I'm waiting. So if you have it now, I'm just waiting for anybody to show up here on Instagram. So I'm Stacie from the Key of Soul Awakening. I am here to basically teach everybody how to live their highest and best life and use the law of attraction, and also, clear their karma and make sure that their life is in the highest and best way possible being lived. And when we do that, we put out our positivity, and what comes back to us, great, great things. So go ahead and put your questions in. I'm going to see if anybody here wants to join with me, and go ahead and put your chat and your question in the chat box. All right, so what I'm going to do while I'm waiting is that I'm going to just, let's see. I had a lot of questions about Taylor Swift because I posted that video yesterday. That video I posted about Taylor Swift was actually from New Year's Eve. Hey, nice to see you. Hey, everybody on Instagram too. I'm doing this for 15 minutes at one time. Okay, so everyone just bear with me. Okay, hey, everybody, I'll be right with you. Okay, so the video I posted on YouTube yesterday about Taylor Swift, I'm getting a lot of questions about. I'm going to get back to that topic on YouTube in about 10 minutes. One of my contest winners on Instagram has won a live reading, except she's not coming today. So I'm just popping over here on Instagram to see if anybody else would like to have a live reading on Instagram. Just send me a request through Instagram. If you have a question here, yes, you can ask me a question. Shatha, Shatha, is that correct? I can pronounce Shatha. If you have a question, Shatha, go ahead and put your date of birth in and put your question in, and I will go ahead and help you. On Instagram, I'm on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. So anybody can ask me questions on either platform. All you have to do is put your question in the chat box, and 8th of February. Okay, I'm on YouTube right now. So those of you on Instagram, make sure that you can either come over on YouTube and talk to me, or you can stick on Instagram, okay? All right, I'm going to do this. All right, so 8th of February. And do you have a year? It helps if I have the year to tell you better. And what is your question? His feelings towards me right now. Okay, so you have an attitude of 1, which is good. Hey, everybody on Instagram, I forgot to put my title in here. I'm looking to go live with somebody on Instagram, so go ahead and put your requests in. 1983. I'm over here on YouTube at the same time, so you can come over on YouTube and talk to me as well. I'm only going to be on Instagram for 15 minutes, and then I'm coming over to YouTube. So make sure that you stick around and pop over on YouTube, okay? Okay, so you're a 4 life path. Okay. You are a very black and white thinker, Shatha. Very black and white. Hey, everybody on Instagram, go ahead and send me a request if you want to go live. Send me a question or pop over to YouTube, okay? Shatha, you're a very, very black and white thinker. Like, you like having things to know. Like, you want to know them. Boom, 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 boom. That's how you want to know them. And the fact is that you have this uncertainty about this person's feelings for you is driving you crazy. And let me know anything I say. I want you to validate for me. Okay, just put right there in that chat box. It's driving you crazy that you don't know this. Before I put the cards down, I'm trying to get an energetic feel for you. All right. Yeah, I mean, basically, your life path is all about truth. You want the truth. You can ask a question, two packs. Go ahead and put it in with your date of birth. I'm over here on YouTube, Instagram. Okay, so if you have questions, good. I see you have questions too. I will be right with you. So let me see what these feelings with you. This person's older than you, right, Shatha? This person is, and I want to say quite a bit. And when I say quite a bit, that doesn't mean like 20 years. I'm talking like maybe 5, 10 years. I'm feeling distance in age in with this. If you are new on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I go live a few times a week, and I also go live every Sunday at 10 a.m. And here go the cards, Shatha. Okay. Yeah, inner turmoil is coming up big time. Okay. You are a very strong person. The central message out of this is you're very strong. You're very intellectual. You have a sense about you that people look at you and really, really admire for who you are within. And when I tell anybody they admire you for within, what I mean is they admire you not for who you look like, it's for who you are. Okay. Hey, Riddy 10, what we go live together? Okay. I'll get live with you in 1 second. Okay. And I'm going to answer your question. So the feelings, let's see. This person's very busy that you're asking about. You're asking about this person. He's very, very busy. And you feel discarded. Like you feel like, hey, I'm here. And I don't think they're bad feelings. I just think he's, you know. Okay, my guys are also telling me to remind everybody that when I say she or he, I'm talking about the energy I'm feeling. It may not be the specific gender. I'm feeling the specific vibration, and like male energy and female energy are different, but that doesn't mean it's the same gender that they are in life. So when I say he or she, that's just because that's the energy I'm feeling, and you can feel free to correct me. I'm perfectly okay with that. This person B that you're talking about is very busy, and what I'm seeing is very clear, cool, crisp feelings towards you, Shatha. Very cool, crisp feelings. Almost like on a summer day when you hop in like a cool like stream. That's how this person feels towards you. Like you're just that person that is just so refreshing. I'm not feeling anything real deep, more deeply than that. If you have an additional question to follow up, I can do that. All right. Hey, everybody on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube. I actually came on Instagram because I have a contest winner who isn't showing up today for their prize. So I was looking to read somebody live. And at the same time, I'm over on YouTube so they can see how I can read people live as well. So you can be on YouTube or on Instagram, and go ahead and make sure you hit the like button on YouTube, please. So YouTube sees that you like my lives. I'm Stacie from the Key to Soul Awakening, and I'm one of the best psychic mediums you're going to find on YouTube. All right. Okay, let's see. Next one up here is Pax. All right. Pax, do you mind sticking around for 1 second? Because I need to get over to Riddy, okay? Cool breath of fresh air. Like cool. Like you just feel like, yeah, like there's not like a deep feeling, Shatha. It's not deep at all. It's this person just looks at you in like this clear, crisp, refreshing kind of way. And sometimes when if people are not seeing themselves like that, it is because that other person is not, how do I say this? The other person feels that way, but they're not showing it. Remember, your question was what his feelings are towards you, and not what they're showing towards you. That is the feeling I'm getting that is going on. You can keep asking questions. Let me flip over here. Let's see. Ready? Okay. We're going to do this for a few minutes. Okay. So on YouTube over here, I'm doing a live on Instagram because I promised my contest winner, and then I'm going to pop right back over here. But you can be here to see this. I'm on Instagram, which is Key to Soul Awakening, just like my channel. And you can follow me over there at the same time. Oh, okay. Left. All right. So what I'm going to do, since I can't get anybody to go live, I'm going to go over to YouTube. Okay. So everybody on Instagram, what I want you to do is head over to YouTube. I'm going to hang up here because I can't get anybody to go live with me. The contest winner didn't show up. So I'm all yours now, YouTube. All right. I see you guys over on YouTube. Come find me. Bye-bye. Okay. So let me look at my questions. Okay. Instagram is kind of cumbersome. So hold on one second. Okay. Done. Hi. It might be laggy just honestly because I am in a place of the world where it has internet issues. So if it is laggy, stick around, okay? I don't drop it now anymore. I'm hardwired in. We're good. All right, so let's go to Pax. A Virgo, Sagittarius, we'll show you Pax. Okay, is that your birth date, Pax? What's your birth date? If you're new here, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and you make sure you subscribe. I go live every week on Sundays and a few times during the week. And also I put at the top of this chat links to get a hold of me if you want to schedule your own reading. Okay. Pax. So a Virgo and a Sagittarius. The thing is, I can't tell with astrology because astrology is very broad. I like to look at birth dates. I like to look at energy. I feel your energies. Okay. That makes absolute sense then, Shatha. Okay. Let me get to that in 1 second. So Pax, what I need you to do is put your birth date in and also just put your birth date in and I'll go from there. Okay. Because I don't think you were born in 1419. Okay, Shatha, what I'm seeing, yeah, is that you're this refreshing, like, and that would make sense if he's turning around to you because something he has just gone through was very stressful and he didn't like it. And he's now going, maybe like that's where I needed to be because that was actually kind of easy being there and I made it hard. So if that makes sense. What, Pax, your birth date is May 12th of 1419. Or December 5th of 1419. I'm not getting it. Okay. So Shatha, yeah, he's coming to talk to you because he thinks you're like the better choice. And it's up to you to decide if you want to get back into that relationship or not. You understand? What I'm feeling though is that you are a very strong person. So you should probably hear him out and be polite and then just move on. But again, we all have free will. You have free will. You can do what you'd like. Okay. But that is exactly, it's like a cool feeling of like a nice, cool creek or a stream. That's what he's looking for. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. I have lots of questions. Let me get back to Pax because they were first. You're 23, so 97. She born in 1997. So 5. Okay. 43. Okay, 7. Okay. You're welcome, Shatha. I hope you hit the like button and subscribe for me. I'd like to keep touch with you, okay? Okay, so will she come back or is it over? All right, so you are a 7 and you're also a 8. Interesting combination there, Pax. Okay, so your life path is very, very, like you have a root in spirituality, and whatever spirituality you have, you have a root in spirituality. And your attitude towards this, though, is an 8, and an 8 is definitely all about value. You don't waste time on anything that you don't value. That means like television shows, people you talk to, people you interact with, anything that takes your time, your money, anything you find value. If it does not have value, you move on. And that's your attitude towards your life path. So I'm sensing that's why you're asking this question. Oh, that card just jumped out. Let's put that one down. Let me see here. Okay, so the first card that you got was an end of the major era, which tells me that the relationship is over. The reverse card, you got 3 major lesson cards in this. 3 cards I put down, and 3 of them are major arcana, which means you're learning a major lesson. So this is going to be a very difficult thing for you to face. But when you face it and get through it, your life is going to open up in a better way. And that's the same for everybody, for all of us. So this is an end of an era. So this is a close. You need to consider it closed because it's not going to come back. You also need to let go of these unhealthy attachments you have. I have a feeling, Pax, and I'm just going to say this is the way they're showing it to me, that you have this feeling as if, what did I do wrong? She's going to come back. I didn't do anything wrong. And the thing is, whether you did something wrong or not, it's over. And I think that's something we need to understand. You can't just you can create a reality that you see. You can create a reality that you want to see, but it doesn't mean it's actually happening. And I think that's what's going on a little bit here with you. And you're stuck. The third card is that you're stuck. Let's see what your probable future is talking about. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's some manipulation going on coming. It feels like from both sides there's some manipulation going on. And again, this comes from your 7 life path where you have a spiritual base, but you lean more towards logic. All right, logic and value. And what's missing from this concept for you is the spirituality of it. And when I mean spirituality, I mean facing yourself and your actions, your shadow self, your ego. And ego means false self, and what your intuition is telling you. And when you hear your intuition, that has more to do, it's coming from source itself, it's coming from God, it's coming from your guides. So when you listen to those intuition messages that you may not want to hear, but they are good for you in the long run, that is exactly what you should be doing. Like, it's basically the thing you don't want to do the most that isn't hurting you or hurting anybody else. Clear that up. But the thing you don't want to do the most, like turn away from this relationship and move on, is exactly what you should be doing. All right. I hope that helped. Okay. All right. Let's see. Just current feeling for me. Okay. What are Manchu's current feelings for me? If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button and you put your date of birth and your comment or your question in the chat box. I'm also going to talk about Taylor Swift and what I posted yesterday, and as soon as I get through all of this, okay? All right, I'm on the question, what are Himanshu's, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Let me know if I'm not. You just need to put it phonetically and I can pronounce it. Current feelings for me. Okay. You know, I get the feeling that you're very, very just like springy, and like I get this flower, like springy and bouncy, and very, very light energy coming from you. Okay. I get the feeling he's amused by you. Yeah, I get that feeling that he's just kind of like chuckling, like, "Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?" Again, not feeling bad things, not feeling that this person isn't interested. I do feel there is something else on the part of the other that is tending to hold them back a little bit. I don't know if it's finances or a familial situation. Something is just kind of holding him back, just tiny, tiny bit. But definitely not bad feelings. So hold on a second. Yeah, there's an illusion involved here. I do see that. Okay. Do you have the feeling, Arpitha, that if you don't follow through with this relationship, then you're a failure? like you're putting a lot of pressure, or somebody else is putting a lot of pressure you on for this specific relationship. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. Um, mm, okay. So yeah, they just totally like showed me there's a lot of illusion here, but it's not on your part. It's not you not seeing the illusion. I think there's something going on with this person that, again, there's something just holding it back, and it doesn't really have to do with you. Yeah, it doesn't really have to do with you. It has to do with them. What your cards are actually saying is you just need to sit back and relax. Just sit back and in a way that you've done everything well. You've done everything well. Just relax. It's going to come to you. Stay positive. That's exactly what they're saying to me. So everything that you want in this question is going to happen. You just need to relax, okay? Because there are some other things that need to be worked out. And as long as you stay positive and you focus on this is going to happen, you're going to be perfectly fine. All right? Okay. Let me move back up to my questions here. I do not have a moderator on today, so I might have to put this on slow mode, but I'm doing okay right now. Yes, I'm sorry about it being laggy. I haven't been able to figure out why. I mean, we have the whole thing set up. I think it's just because I'm on a small island in the Caribbean that it just kind of gets a little laggy. And if I am talking to people who are like clear on the other side of the world, that is kind of what happens. We all just kind of have to, work through it. All right. So pure energy. What is blocking your second chakra? You mean your third eye chakra? Or are we talking your sacral chakra? Which one? Sometimes people call one or the other. Let me find out your life path here. 7, 10, 20, 29. Okay, your master number 11, and that's a 2, and you approach it as a 1. Okay, interesting combination, pure energy. Interesting combination. So, sacral chakra. Okay, so and I don't talk about this too much on lives, only because I like to protect things that happened in people's lives, but you've had a quite difficult, from early childhood, quite difficult situation. They want me to say situations, but I'm only saying one. So what happens with that chakra is that's developed in early childhood, and that chakra definitely gives us so the root chakra is our safety, our security, our survival. The sacral chakra is the one that is developed right after we're born into early childhood, and it kind of gives us those, like, this is the roots, but it gives us the roots into life. Something around that time period is something happened and developed this uncertainty. They're saying it's an uncertainty into your entire existence. So then when we move up from that, the solar plexus is the one that we develop in like adolescence, and it shows us who we are. It teaches us who we are throughout our life. So even before that, you were questioning your existence in that, your worth. They're saying worth. You question a lot your value in the life. Am I right? The way to clear this is you need to do a definite guided meditation. I have two that I love, Nikki Sutton and Kenneth Soares. They both do amazing guided meditations to clear the chakras. Find one specifically to do this, and you need to do it at least once a day. And if you can't do it once a day, then a couple times a week. That would be how you clear it. Yeah, the thing is, okay, pure energy, I had the same exact kind of situations when I was younger. Like I knew things were going on and it changed who I was. It changed who I was, even though I didn't remember it. All right. I can tell you I remember bits and pieces, but nothing that would be ever go, oh yeah, it was definitely abusive. But the feeling I had inside of me definitely told me something happened. We don't actually need to know. We don't need to know what happened, because if we go in and we go and have this big long thing about, oh, I need to know what happened. I need to know every single detail. I need to who did it, who, why they did it. Da, da, da. All that's going to do is re-traumatize us, and it's going to put us in a place of low vibration and lack. So all you need to know. Okay, my guides are telling me you've now been validated by two different people. All you need to know is that something did happen, and that is what's blocking it. You just need to go clear it through meditation and ask the universe and the guides to help you clear that out. Once you get that cleared out, you can also put a blessing on yourself that your chakras will be clearing as you live and breathe every day. But you can't do that until everything is cleared out to begin with, or they start to get blocked back up. When you clear your chakra, you may start to have memories and flashbacks. Just let them come in. Let them come in and let them roll out. Do not sit down with them. Do not have tea. Do not sit down and like mesh into these feelings. Get the memory, let it go. And that is it. Because you don't want to sit in that mess, right? All right. If you have any other questions, Pure Energy, I would love to work with you. My link is at the top of the chat. My guides are telling me it is important that you either work with me or with somebody to get to the root of this. And I don't say root like, I'm not using that in context. You do need to figure out how to move past this because it's holding you back in life. All right, so my links are at the top if you want to contact me. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me. And when I get time, I do answer DMs over there quite often. All right, thank you for the question, though. I hope you hit the like button and subscribe. I would love to have you around. All right, let's go to, okay, Ridhi Patel. All right, so your birth date is January 10th. 99. When will we get married? Okay, I love this question only because everybody asks me this, and I can tell you what I see when you're going to get married, but it doesn't actually mean that it might happen at that time, only because our timeline changes so much. Our timeline changes so much every day with every choice we make. So what I'm about to tell you about when you're going to get married is 80% will happen. All right, if you continue on the path that you're making all the choices that you're making and the other person's making all the choices that they're making. In the case that you have made a different choice, which is, less probable or an impulsive choice, it will change your timeline and it's going to shift the answer to this question. But I'm going to tell you what I see as a probable future. If you're new here, make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button and put your date of birth and question in the chat box. Wow, I can't talk today. All right, so your life path, which I'm sure you already know, but let me get to this. 11. That's interesting. Okay, so your life path is a 3. I love 3s. I'm a 3. I'm kind of awesome. So you're probably kind of awesome too. I love your combination of numbers. I've never seen combinations of numbers like this. This is great. So your attitude, Rihi Patel, is that you are a master number 11 and your attitude's a 2. So the master number 11 means you have so many great ideas, you just don't really know how to put them in place. And then 2 is that you approach life very much in needing harmony. You want everybody to get along. You don't really understand conflict. And anytime you face conflict, you either are in it, you're in it, or you're out. There's no in between because you don't really know what to do. It's like, yeah, what is this about? That's what a 2 is, but that's your attitude. Your actual life path is a 3, which is the people who are always very comfortable being the center of attention. They're very comfortable. They're usually funny. They're usually writers. They're speakers. They're actors. They're comedians. They very much get their message across in a very convincing way. And since you have the 11 and the 2, that's kind of adding the base. So it's 1, 1, 2, adding it to a 3. That it's really an interesting mix that you really have a really great, strong base for your life path. You planned that very well. Good job. Okay, so when will you get married? feel like it's long off. If and I don't feel there's anything blocking you. Let me put the cards down. I think you're just rather yet. Hasn't happened yet. Why hasn't it happened yet? Okay, there you go. Good, good, good. You are choosing to kind of sit around and wait. Am I right? To kind of wait for this to happen, Riddy? Because and what the cards, but then also what I'm seeing is you need to be more active in this pursuit of your want to get married. It's not going to just happen because it's going to happen. Like, that's not how life works out. Life does not work out that way. Life, we have a few things that we have planned, but they don't necessarily happen because we're just waiting and we planned them. They happen because we take active interest into making those happen. We use our free will. So what they're saying is you're not using enough of your own influence and your own free will in order to make this happen. And when you do, that is when it will come to fruition. All right. If that makes sense, please let me know. And if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat box below. All right. All right. I'm at birth date of August 13th of 1992. Ayesha. Let's see. Oh, nope, that was one below it. Hold on, I did that already. Ayesha Patel. So let's do that. December 12th, 1996. This is much easier with a moderator, I'll tell you that. Okay. Here, 4 and also 6. Oh, let's get another combination like that too, huh? Okay, so did you have a question, Ayesha Patel? Birthday December 12th, 1996. I'm just scanning here. Okay, I'd love someone and will I get married to him? Okay, again, you're a very logical, truth-seeking person. You're very grounded. You are very, very, very good with animals. You love animals, like love animals. You definitely have a very soft heart, and that's and I only mention that because it's unusual to hear that said. That you have a soft heart, but you are extremely loving, extremely loving. Okay, Patel. Let's see here. I do see you getting married to this person. I'm going to see what the cards say, though. It's almost like you're so loving that you're letting things slide by. Does that make sense? That you're letting things slide by and trying not to get too upset about them, which I guess is good in one sense. And in another, it's like, all right. I'm seeing a woman, Ayesha, that is a little bit overbearing. It's not you. There's a woman in your life who's a little overbearing, who you like to try to please. I'm not sure if it's your mother or his mother. It doesn't really matter. This person is somebody that you feel you need to please in order to, make your life come together. And my feeling on it is that she already is very pleased with you, even though she may not show it. Does that make sense to you? Hey, I love dogs. Does that make sense to you, Ayesha? Like, I do see you getting married to this person. I think you're a little worried about, and I do think it's his mother, um, that she's not going to accept you, but she already has. But she's not the kind of person that's going to show you that. She's just not. She's not the kind of person that's going to come out and just tell you how wonderful you are, even if she thinks you are wonderful, which is what I'm seeing. If you have any other questions, let me know, Ayusha, okay? Let me see if I missed any questions before I scroll back down to the bottom. All right, let's see. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and you put your date of birth and your question in the chat box for me. And also hit that subscribe button so you know when I go live all the time. And I also go live Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just checking for any other questions. Give me 1 second. I love dogs. Okay, I think we're down to I love dogs. I love dogs. And when I mean I love dogs, I love dogs. She's great. Come on in. All right. So do my guides and angels have messages for me? I just got the word patience very clearly through my head. I love dogs. Patience, patience. Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, I love dogs. I'm hearing that just the word patience is what you need to know. You seem to be very, I'm using the word pushy, but I don't mean pushy. I mean, you're trying to push your way out of whatever your state you're in today. And today, very specifically, you just need to have patience and know that it's going to work out. All right. Stick around. Let me know if you have any other questions. Please hit that like button. Ask me questions. Oh, right. I wanted to talk to you guys about the Taylor Swift video that I put up. So while I'm waiting for any other questions, let me explain. So on my New Year's Eve live, I talked a little bit about, I usually don't talk about celebrities, I don't, is that I kept having dreams about Taylor Swift like over and over and over again. And I am from the area where she grew up. So, and I have familial contacts, like my family knows her family, but I'm no longer in contact with any of them. But so when I had the dream about her, she was in her old childhood home, and I don't know why I knew it, but her mother was sick and she was just despondent, beside herself. And this dream kept happening over and over and over again. And there's some other details that I'm not going to reveal on live stream that that I know are happening pretty much because I just don't like telling people stuff. So like we all know her mom's sick. I just looked it up. I don't keep up with celebrities, so I just Googled it and I was like, oh, okay, she is sick. People were asking me like why I brought this up, and like everyone always asks me when she's going to get married. You know what? I really don't care. My point in bringing this up to the YouTube communities, I just want people to send her love and send her mother love, because I think it's going, from what I could feel and see through my dreams and visions, it's not a very good time for her right now. And I think no matter who we are in this life, we need to remember to send love to people, even if they feel like they're out of our stratosphere. She's still a person. She still needs that love sent to her. And especially her mother still needs that love sent to her as well, because her mother is struggling a bit. And I'm hoping that I can somehow connect Taylor and Andrea to my friend Melissa, who does spiritual health counseling with large term issues. And what she does, I can't even begin to explain the grandeur of what this woman does, but she takes people who have large health illnesses and spiritually counsels them and gets them to understand their karma and why they planned it this way, and what they're supposed to be learning, what their family's supposed to be learning. I mean, it is so uplifting to see how she takes these people who are just suffering so much and gets the hope back in their eyes. And that's what I would like to do for Andrea and Taylor, and see if I can get them connected. So that's the only reason I put the video up. All right. Okay, Raja. Here we go. Got another question. Do you have a question, Raja? Speaking of Taylor Swift, you're born the day before of her. Do you know that? That's interesting timing. 3, 3. Okay, your master number 33 makes you a 6, and you're also a 6 attitude, which is interesting. How to be happy always. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I love dogs. My mother-in-law was actually friends with Taylor's mom. So I'd actually called my mother-in-law when I started having these dreams. And I was like, have you heard from Andrea? Is she okay? And um, that's what my mother-in-law told me, like, she's not doing very well. And I'm not going to tell you what I've seen happen because I just want to respect that relationship. But she needs love sent. Okay, how to be happy always. So your life path is kind of amazing, Raja, in the fact that you're a 33 master number. Not everybody who is a 6 is a 33. So you're a 33 before it goes down to 6. And a 33 has all of the master numbers of an 11 and a 22 put together. And generally what a 33 is, they can take the ideas, they can take their tools and make anything happen that they want. Okay. However, 33 also tends to, and this is a good thing, I want you to remember this is a good thing, that 33s tend to put themselves aside for the good of others because it's a very spiritual thing. So intrinsically, that you aren't all that matters. Intrinsically that everybody else matters as much as you do. So when that goes down to a 6, you are very grounded, you're very logical, you're very have a way of looking at things that does not get you upset very often. And when it does get you upset, it must be something really big. And that is also the way that you look at life. So you're a double 6. So to have a happy life, there are a few things. I mean, wouldn't we all want to know how to do that? To have a happy life, in general, for everybody, you need to identify your karmic patterns and clear them, because we all have them. You also need to learn how to use the law of attraction in a positive way, because we have always had the law of attraction with us from the day we were born up until this very moment. And most people don't know that they're using it in a way that's attracting bad things to them. Specifically for you, I feel like you just walk around and you walk around just like on some level wondering why you're even here. Because you don't jive with a whole lot of people. You don't jive with a whole lot of situations. And because we're in a planet that's very difficult. And we're in a planet that if you don't have that ego humanistic feeling, you don't really work well on Earth. Like, you feel kind of, out of place because you think, well, that's unnecessary. And that's generally the feeling I get for you, Raja, is that you feel very out of, and you should, in the way that, because of how your numbers are coming out. In order to be happy, you need to know your karmic patterns. That is what I help people do. So if you're interested in having me help you, I have my links at the above. You clear your karmic patterns, and then when you clear them, it's like you break up out of the shell. Because right now, everybody who does not know about karmic patterns is living under the control of their ego and their patterns. And their life usually turns out to be quite difficult and quite, you think to yourself, I'm doing everything right. Why is this happening? And it's because we haven't learned about karmic patterns yet and how to harness the law of attraction in a positive way. And it is more than just making a list and having a vision board. Law of attraction is so much more. So how to attract a partner. The simple answer to that, Raja, is that you just make sure that you love yourself unconditionally, and then you'll attract others who love you unconditionally. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe and hit the bell on my channel, and also put your date of birth and the question you have in the chat box, and I will get to it. I'm going right down in order. All right. Yeah, I'm going to be on here probably, we'll see how many people show up. I'm going to stick around for as long as people show up. All right. Sabrina, welcome back, Sabrina. I talked to you the other day, didn't I, Sabrina? I get so many birthdays, I have to do them over again because I don't remember the vast majority of them. Right. Okay, right. You're very active. You're very, very fun to be around. You like to travel. I remember this now. And a 7. Yeah. Okay, so Sabrina, You were asking me before about somebody you had your eye on, right? We're not talking about that, right? You just want a general reading? Um, okay. The card that just fell out of my hand, Sabrina, was talking about, are you depleted, or maybe you're overconfident about something? It's the upside down, it's the reverse strength card. It also shows that you might have a bit, and if I'm not going to go too far into this, but you might have a bit of explosive behavior. Um, oh, okay, yeah, that matches your attitude number, your 5, because when things aren't, you know, always on the move and always like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, you tend to get frustrated. I will get to your question in a little bit, okay? Um, okay, Sabrina, let's go. All right. Okay, I'm getting it. Well, those are some good cards after some rocky ones, Sabrina. Okay, so your general reading is you have a lot of lessons to learn in this time, and this time is talking about now within 4 months. So from right now to 4 months from now, you have a lot of lessons to be learning. I'm going to quickly run them down and then tell you how they work together for you. Okay, so in the past, you definitely had some illusions with you. Like there were illusions. Like you were seeing things that weren't there, and I don't mean it like the way I see things that aren't there. I mean that you were shown life. Somebody was showing you life in a way that they wanted you to see it and not you. So it wasn't actually reality. And then you found that out in some way. And that's where that explosive behavior came out. You got frustrated with it. Like, why would that happen? Um, and then it's like you stopped that situation and you were resting, but you started to lose faith in all of this and all of that you've learned. You started to lose faith in all of it. That's kind of where you are now. Like, I mean, it was worse before, but it's kind of where you are now. Um, you're resting after this long battle. And then, right, yeah, okay. So the central message here is that it's the reversed hermit, which means that you are either needing more isolation, but I don't think so. I think you are taking isolation to a point where it's almost a hermit, where you're hiding from things in order to not get hurt again. But it is saying you're on the verge of a breakthrough, which is great. What is coming in the next from now to 4 months is that there is going to be a massive change in your life. And when I mean massive, it's just coming. Like you're not going to have anything to do with it. You're not going to be able to control it or stop it. It's just coming. And the thing is, when that comes, you just need to let it roll, let it come, let it burn down, and move on. And then what's going to be happening is that you are going to be at this place where you're going to go, wow, I did not realize things were like that. And now I'm so glad I'm on the other side of it. I'm going to build it up better. All right. So between now and 4 months from now, somewhere in there, you're going to have something happen that may not feel so great, but it is great in the way that you're going to come out the other end a lot stronger and clearer. Dark Night of the Soul. I cannot tell you when it's going to be ending because that's one of those. I went through that myself, and my next video is actually going to be about the Dark Night of the Soul. And that might be where you are, the Hermit. Okay. Totally making sense now. So for those of you who don't understand, the dark night of the soul happens when we enter into a spiritual awakening and then we have stripped away all of our ego, all of the sense of self that we were taught, all of our programming. It is not something you can just choose to do. It just happens when your guides in the universe feel you're ready. And it is probably the most lonely and isolating place you could ever be emotionally, because it's not even as if you're feeling bad things. You're just nothing. Like I explained it like I was a paper cutout. I felt like I was a paper cutout walking around. There was nothing. Nothing. And the way I felt, and I think where you are right now, is where like I felt very stuck in the cement. Like I just couldn't move out of this. Like, how do I move out of this? And the reason I couldn't move out of it is because I was still kind of holding on to that negative thoughts, negative um, track of thinking. So when I decided to just, cool, I'm hanging out in the cement. All right, I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to be positive. I'm just here. And I ignored all the negative stuff. I started talking to my guides one particular day and just threw my hands up in the air and said, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to try to control this. I'm not controlling this. I need you to guide me. I need you to give me clear messages. I need you to show me the way through this. And then they just started telling me, like, I need to release this. I need to release this. All of these pattern things started coming up, and some pretty amazing things happened right in those kind of moments. And I literally felt all of this rage and energy come up out of me. And after all of that happened, I felt like I was floating 3 feet above the air. Like I felt, wow. And then I didn't feel like I was in the cement anymore. I just felt like I was in the mud, and that was easier than cement. And it was only because I chose to ignore all of the negative, and I was choosing actively to only focus on the positive. And that is what helped me get through the dark night. We all get through it at our own time. So there's no timeline. Where I'm feeling you are right now, Sabrina, is very much in that cement, and you're trying to fight it, and you just need to like just stop. This is how it is. I need to learn from this. I need to look at my actions. I need to look at my choices, and I'm choosing to look at them positively and look at them as lessons and not mistakes. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, ready? When will you get my job? I feel as if Reddy, you're pushing so much for this that people are not reacting to your vibration very well in pursuit of a job. And that doesn't even mean that if you're talking to them, that it's not even if you're talking to them, it's like an energy you're putting out. You're very much putting it out in the way of lack. And when I mean lack, it's like when somebody goes, I don't have any money. I don't have any money, or I don't have anybody to love me, or, I don't have the clothes I want. That's all lack. All right. What you need to do in order to get a job that you would like is to stop complaining. They're literally telling, I've never said this to anybody, but stop complaining about what you don't have and focus on what you do have. And don't forget this part, feel into what you're going to feel like pride and enjoyment and excitement when you do have a job. And if you feel that now and you move forward in every moment of every day feeling that now, then you will attract that job. Right now, you're projecting a lot of lack, a lot of, I don't have this. And the universe is saying, then you're going to continue not having it because that's the way you're thinking. And that's how the law of attraction works. So the two things is you need to focus only on the positive, and you also need to feel into what am I going to feel like when I have a job? How is that going to feel positive? All right. And live that way every day. Adeline, is there a message for me? Give me 1 second, Adeline. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Ridhi, okay? If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that like button and you hit subscribe and hit the bell and put your question with your date of birth in the chat box. I'm Stacie from The Key to Soul Awakening, and I'm the best psychic medium there is on YouTube, so I'm so happy you came here. Ask me your question. Adeline, you give me your birth date before, but I don't keep them, so can you give me your date of birth again? Do you have animals, Adeline? Do you have animals like... Okay. They're centering it around, yeah, the dog. They're centering around the dog. And they're telling me health. So there might be something going on with your dog's health that you need to pay attention to. He feels very much of a protector for you. And I don't think it has to do with you. It more has to do with him, the dog. There's something else coming through, so give me 1 second. You're at a place in life right now, Adeline, that you're questioning a lot of things. You're questioning. Okay, next month. Okay. Yeah, you're going to want to keep an eye on that because we just don't we just don't want people to people, or I say people like pets, to suffer. So just keep an eye on it. Yeah, and what I was going to say is you are questioning a lot. You're questioning like your place in this world. And your guides just want you to know you're exactly where you should be right now. So you don't need to question as much. You just need to be. There, literally need to be. Just be and flow with your life. And that's exactly what you need to be right now. Just be. Okay? Any other questions or anything you want to talk about, want me to explain? Interesting that the Dark Night has come up because I'm going to put that video out probably by the end of this week. I had a really great other YouTuber called Soulful Taz who allowed me to use some of her content because she is amazing. If you're going through the Dark Night, Sabrina, you need to look up Soulful Taz. It's Soulful TOZ. She explains it so well that I couldn't do it any better. So I just asked her if I could use her content in half of my video. She's amazing. But that'll be coming out at the end of this week. We also have, you're welcome, Madeline. Sure, go ahead, Sabrina. I also have another video coming out. I posted this morning half of it where my daughter and I, we're starting this Soul Sisters Spiritual Tea series where we look at like all kinds of spiritual movies and topics and things like that. And she's hilarious. I forgot how funny Lily Beth is. So the video I put out this morning is just kind of the bloopers of what happened when we watched this movie from Gaia called Secret of Water with my 14-year-old daughter. You just need to check it out. It's so funny. Sabrina, yeah, go ahead and ask another question. If anybody else wants to ask a question, I love reading. Yeah, you asked me about this before, and they're definitely telling me, make sure you tell her this is not the time to look for love, especially right now. I feel like in another year, you're going to be more settled within yourself. And another year is when you are going to be kind of out there seeing people ready to date. When they're saying ready to date, don't force yourself, because when you're in this state of the Dark Night, it is definitely easy to adopt what other people think of you and not actually develop into who you're supposed to be. And that's why they're saying give it a year. Focus on you. Love you for a year. You be the one that loves you. All right. Trishiti Patel. Okay. Cool. Okay. Trishiti, were you're my follower on Instagram that couldn't make it this morning? 7, 11, 4. Okay. So Trishiti, you're a 4 life path, but you're a 7 attitude. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you are, because you have your handle on Instagram's slightly different. But I'm getting that this is the same person, correct? You are supposed to do your live reading on Instagram, right? And I did get your message that you wanted to do it, but you were traveling, and that's great. If you can come on here, that's great. They're definitely, and the other reason I'm asking is they're like directly going, nope, it's not this, it's career. We're talking about career. Okay. So this is again a 4, right? Which is definitely steadfast and truth seeking, and then spiritually based as an attitude. Oh, good question, Kelsey. I'll get to you 1 second. Okay, sweetie. Trishiti, what I see is this is your choice over the next, I want to say 8, they're saying 9 months. Over the next 9 months, you're going to have a chance to either stay where you are career-wise, or you can assert yourself in ways that you certainly, I'm just saying this the way it's rolling out of my head, okay? Assert yourself in ways that she's generally uncomfortable with, in terms of saying social stature, not status, it's stature, in that you're supposed to be behaving in one way, but if you push forth in another and present how good you are and this is what you want to do and here's how you want to do it, is something you normally wouldn't do. That is what you need to do in order to kind of break through and get to a higher level in your career. And it's going to be, whichever you choose, you're going to be very exceptional at it. But it really is your choice. This is something that you made out of your free will. It's not, if you don't do this or you don't do that, you're sunk. No, either path is fine. It's just a matter of where you're more comfortable with right now. All right. Let me know if that made any sense, Trishiti, and if you have any other questions. All right. Kelsey. Okay, Kelsey. I love these questions because there's so much to this. I want to unpack it. So stick with me. Okay. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. I go live a couple times a week. I never have it planned though, because my schedule is always so packed up that I pop it in wherever I can during the week, but I'm always live Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just like this, ask questions. I also have topics I talk about on Sundays that are pre-planned, but these kind of things I just kind of roll with anybody who asks me questions. Okay, so Tessa has asked, Kelsey, but Tessa has asked about binding with an evil spirit. And the thing is, technically that can't happen. Technically it can't happen. Hear me, okay? The larger issue though here is thought forms. We can actually make things happen if we believe and think that it can happen. And that's how people bring to life like things like, the rake wasn't actually like a creature, but because so many people believe in it now, it actually has come to fruition as a creature. So thought forms are very strong. So if a lot of people believe in one thing, it can come true. So if one person who has a lot of spiritual gift believes very strongly in, putting an evil spell on somebody, that could happen because that's a thought form. It's not actually an evil spell. All right. Let me see if I can go into more detail if we need to. The reason you feel this way is because you've had an interaction with a person who you've had a falling out with, correct? And now everything's going wrong ever since the falling out, correct? Am I right? 4. So it's your 4 attitude. Drishti, I just did your general reading, sweetie. Give me 1 second, Tessa, okay? Okay, so you're a 3 life path, Tessa. And you're a 4 attitude number. Okay. I don't think this person did anything. Well, they might have tried, but I don't think they did anything that was going to impact you greatly. What you're feeling more right now is the thought that maybe they did, and like your vibration's bringing that in now. I don't mean to laugh at these people, but I'm amused that this person thinks that they can do that kind of thing, because we're never given gifts like this. We're never given skills like this to harm other people. And when we start to harm people with these sorts of things, they're taken away like that. You can't do it anymore. So what is happening right now, Tessa, is the fact that you think this happened, and therefore you've taken it in and you're putting that vibration out. Like, bad things are going to happen to me, and therefore bad things happen to you. So you just need to drop it all. You need to ignore all of that has happened. I would even, if this were me, and I'm not saying this from a spiritual sense at all, this is just coming from Stacie. If this were me, I would consider this person dead, and I don't even talk to them anymore. Just in the fact that this attempt was made. So just clear it all out. It didn't happen. Go back into your positive self. Do what you need to do, meditations, affirmations, anything you need to do in order to feel more positive and create a more positive vibration. That is what you need to do, because you're attracting this to yourself now and thinking they did it to you, which is a mixy little thing for them to be doing. Okay. So no, this isn't all that. Just get a little more positive. And if you want to talk to me further, my link is at the top of the chat. I pinned it, and just contact me and set up an appointment and we can talk further about it. Okay. I don't see it as being life changing or life altering. I just see it as being annoying. And that can be easily fixed. But whoever this person was, just, they're dead. They're dead to you. They're dead to me. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and they're telling me that this person was very much looking at you as a step up. Either you're saying the word step up, and when that didn't happen, it turned on you. Okay, well, tell me where I'm wrong. I'm interested. Where am I wrong? I'm open to anybody telling me that I'm wrong, because I like to know where my message is coming out a little misaligned, so I'd like to realign it a bit. And right now, Tessa Kelsey is telling me I'm wrong, and I would just like to know what part of this is wrong to her, because everything I've just said I know is absolute truth. So, hey, Aisha Patel, did I do yours already, sweetie? Yeah, I think I did it at the beginning, right? Yeah, I'll flip back. I made some notes on that. Let's see where I'm at. 1296. Well, if you're going to tell me I'm wrong and then leave, then I can't help you anymore. I would really like to know where you think I'm wrong. And this is exactly the kind of like negativity that we put out that creates negativity. So if you didn't get the answer you wanted to hear, then I'm sorry, but that is exactly that. Everything that I've said is, I know to be the truth. And it's interesting when you say I'm wrong and then you just leave. So thank you. On to the next. Ayusha, let me see if I can find this. Right. Did you hear your reading before, Ayusha? Because I did do this. Hey, Kelsey, tell me what you think I'm wrong, because I'm very interested in knowing, okay? Ayusha, I'm going to go right back real quick in what I can remember. I did a whole lot of reading, so I can't go right back into this, but you're a 6 and a 4, which means, okay, set up an appointment. I look forward to it, hon. I do think there's some additional things I'm not going to talk about on the live about it, just because I don't like, spilling a lot of details, okay? So, Ayusha, so you said you wanted to know if you were getting married, right? I'm going to go back to your question. Okay, what I think I said here, Ayusha, and tell me if, no, I'm pretty sure this is it. I see you getting married to this person. What I see you, what I see happening here, though, is that there's like a woman in the life, and I'm thinking it's his mother, that is, you just don't know if she likes you. And the thing is, like, she's not a person who's going to like not a person who's going to come out and be like, oh, I love you. She's fine with you. Don't worry so much about that. This is going to be fine. You just need to kind of roll with it. Everything's going to be fine, and not be too anxious or, I see one of these yippy dogs. Like, don't have that kind of an attitude about it. Okay, what I want you to do is just roll with it. Everything's fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. This feels like a really good match. Just roll with it. Okay, let me know if that makes sense, Ayusha. All right. Anybody else have any questions? If you're new, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe and hit the bell. I'm going live every week, sometimes during the week. I don't know when because my schedule. Sundays, 10 a.m. at Eastern Standard Time. You can also get me over at Instagram on the Key to Soul Awakening, and when I have and DM me there. And when I have time, I answer questions real quick on my DMs. Last night I published a video about a clip I took out of my New Year's Eve live stream about Taylor Swift. And I'm just hoping everybody can send her and her mother love for the healing process that needs to happen within in the soul, and that will definitely help the family with the medical issues. So let's see. Any other questions? You just put your date of birth and your name in here. Will you have definitely? I saw this happen the other day. I love dogs. Definitely, you're gonna have kids. They're telling me the number of kids is up to you, but I definitely see two. But it's not going to be like soon. So, yeah. I Love Dogs is a very good follower of mine, so I know a little bit of her background. And if you don't mind me sharing, she's just in a little bit of a place right now where it's like, I think we all get there. We all get there. Like we're wondering about our future. Some things have happened, and what's going to happen. Like it's that place of uncertainty, and I think a lot of us have been there or going there, or, coming out of that. And what we need to remember about that place of uncertainty is that's where we learn most of our lessons. We don't want to resist anything that comes to us in a positive way when we're in that place. Oh yeah, they're there. I used to have this dream about, I'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, when we're in a positive, what we need to do is look at ourselves in this situation. When we're in the situation, we need to really just not think about the negative and just think, okay, what happened? What happened? How can I learn from this? Because we don't make mistakes. Remember, we don't make mistakes. We learn lessons. So that's kind of where a lot of people are who come to me. They're kind of in this place of, I don't really know where to go here. So I have a lot of my clients are always have this, I don't know what the right thing is to do. And the thing is, yes, you all know what the right thing is to do. You just need to trust yourself. Not trust the outside, like ego person that's like you since you were born. You need to trust yourself inwardly, that intuition thing that's telling you, maybe you want to not go to the store today. Maybe you want to, maybe think about moving, even though you've been in the house for 30 years. And those are things that you react, that you resist. When I say resist, I mean that you look at and you're like, no, I could never do that. That's resistance. For me, resistance was a lot about not being an angry person anymore. Oh yeah, I used to be super duper angry, and I'm not anymore. And the only way I got through that was that dark night of the soul that Sabrina and I were talking about. And that's exactly it. I love dogs. By being devalued by others, you learn to value yourself. In the same way that I learned about unconditional love by not being loved that way ever. I was very much loved conditionally my whole life. And I thought that's what life was about. You love people when they can do stuff for you or they make you happy, right? No. But here I am learning all about unconditional love. I love, like, all of you. I think, I think when people challenge us with our views, that is a very good point when we are able to look at ourselves and go, okay, so how am I supposed to react to this? Ordinarily, people get really like, look at the world today, by the way. Just look at the world. Do you see anybody holding themselves back? Hey, Jenny, do you see anybody else holding themselves back and going, I need to think about how to handle this positively and how other people will accept my view or respect me more if I don't come out in a negative way? Is that happening at all right now? I mean, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. And that's exactly what's missing from our world, is no matter where we are in whatever situation, whatever viewpoint we are in, we definitely are being challenged that we need to unconditionally love and value other people, even if we don't agree with them. And I know I always lose a lot of viewers when I say this. Look, I went down 3 viewers. I always lose a lot of viewers when I say this because You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that other people might be right and you also might be right, or you could both be wrong. Like, nobody wants to hear that anymore. Everybody just wants to hear that, they're right and everybody else is wrong and your life is miserable because everybody else made it that way. And that's just simply not true. Your life is this way because you made it this way. And that's what needs to be faced. And, go ahead, Jenny. And that's what I love Dog's saying. She's saying, that she's learning a lot, and we all need to learn a lot about this. That, we get into situations, we get into relationships that, definitely feel like mistakes, but they're not. We learn our largest lessons. We learn our largest lessons when we are at our lowest point. We don't learn anything if we're just kind of floating around all happy, right? We have to have challenges to learn. It's kind of like climbing a mountain. It's easier to walk on the ground when it's flat. Yes, Drashidi, I answered it. You're going to have to go back on the recording because I did answer it. I think I spent a good 5-10 minutes on it. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to go back. Let me flip over. Yeah. You're going to have to go back, Drashidi, because I don't really keep notes of like what I'm saying to people, and I kind of go through so much. But go back on this recording, and I did answer your question pretty in detail, okay? Anyone new coming? Okay. Jenny, you're the person I was like, you feel very like happy and like childlike, right? Like, I just get this vision. That was you, right? Okay, so you've been single a long time. You're saying not a while. I feel like you're not in the physical place that is the best for you. Like you're around a lot of negative Nellies, which you are not at all. I mean, are you thinking of moving? Are you thinking of moving either house or job? Because that's what they're showing me, that if you put yourself in another physical place, you're going to be attracted to a place where there are other people like you. Yeah, there's a difference though between trying to be happy though and being happy. So be careful there. Sorry, Richard Sheedy, just go back, okay, hun? Yeah, okay. So they're telling me this is not the place for you. Like there's a lot of people in this, and if it's an apartment building, that's what I'm exactly, because that's why I said job or apartment, because I'm seeing a lot of different like compartments where people are. And it's, I mean, do you have a long lease? Did you sign a lease? Because what they're saying is the people that are around you have such low vibrations that they're drawing it in to wherever you are, and it's keeping you at bay from where you should be. Yeah, and they're saying as soon as you start looking, it will pop up like boom, this is where you need to be. But I don't think you're looking. And I get it is a bit of a pickle, huh? You just moved. But that is what they're saying. You will find somebody when you get into that place of where other people have your same vibration. So if you can't physically move, all right, okay, I get it. If you can't physically move, then spend most of your time in another place where you feel more at ease, like a gym or some coffee shop or something like that, where you feel the vibe, you feel other people being like you, because that is definitely where you're going to meet your other person, your next person. Okay. Bob's telling me he has lunch for me. I should go. He got me a banana shake from Wendy's. Yay, Bob. Does anybody else have any other questions for me? If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button and subscribe. I will be here. I'll be another 5 minutes. If you have a question, just quick put your date of birth in and your question, and I can answer it for you. And also put it disclaimer here, a few things happened here. If I'm not exactly on point, I'm completely okay with that because nobody's exactly on point about things. And that's why I generally just say, here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I'm, Hey, Jenny, if you want to make an appointment with me, I could probably go into this a little further. The link's at the top, okay? Again, I don't like going into too much of a person's details of their personal life on live. But yeah, so if I'm not exactly right, you need to let me know and I can realign what I'm seeing and my energy. I'm very, 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 very rarely off. So that's why when people say that I'm wrong, I'm interested because I'm very rarely wrong. Also, I do transpose she and he a lot, only because I'm dyslexic. So your love life. Okay. Right. That was all about career. I remember. Okay. That was all about career. Love life. Okay. She is waiting. She is waiting for that person who can respect her and value her the way she wants. That's exactly, I saw that in my head. Drashidi, you're in a position right now where the vast majority of people around you really it's like status and it's not status. It's like they try to pair off as quickly as possible. Like line up, line up, line. That's what they're showing me. Line up as quickly as possible so you can show that you're valued. But the thing is, what happens is when you pair off so quickly, generally in those relationships, it turns out that they're not valued. The people don't value each other. And what I'm seeing for you for your love life, and I think you know within you. I think you know within you, Drashidi, that you are waiting for somebody to respect and value you, and you should. That's what they're saying. You should, and you're going to find this person within 2 years. And I know that might sound like a long time, but use the next 2 years to really work on yourself and value yourself and love yourself unconditionally. And that is when that person's going to show himself. Okay? They're telling me 2 years might be even a long. 2 years is like the longest, but so I'll put it between 1 and 2 years. But don't. They're reminding me to tell you not to step down. Don't. Oh, what is that word you're trying to show me and I can't see it? Don't. I'm going to use the word kowtow, but that's not exactly what they're saying. Don't bend to other people's wishes and other people's expectations because you know exactly what you want for your life and it's exactly what you should be doing. All right, I'm going to sign off for now. If you want to find me, you can find me over on Instagram, The Key to Soul Awakening. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button with the bell, and I will talk to you all later. Have a lovely day.